Yeah, I just want to welcome everybody and just say that then we can discuss like how to move forward, that this is more or less a dry run of hopefully future meetings where we will have more people contributing. So I'm hoping that we can aim for Phosphor-G 2021, where we can do a really big meeting. But let's try how it will work this way with a little bit smaller group. So Victoria, I will let you to manage the presentations and calling on everybody. Thank you all for contributing the slides. I think it's wonderful. It's really great to see what everybody is doing.
Thank you very much, Elena. Let me just... Okay, so I think everyone knows about GeoForAll that is here today. So I did add some introduction slides, but mostly I just want to highlight if there's anyone that is here today that is not yet part of the network, please do sign up. Also, if your lab is not yet listed on the new OSGeo website, please also just fill in the form so that we can get everyone listed there. Then this is just where you will see the submit your lab option. Okay, this is a map that Boren contributed for us. You can have a look at the interactive one. It's quite cool, the 3D. So where you can see the distribution of labs. So we are growing a bit. There's a couple more in Africa recently. I think the South American ones are actually slightly, it's not complete. They do have a separate wiki for this as well. And there's quite a lot of activity happening in South America. Then just to give a bit of an update on things that we've been working on since the last board, not board meeting, the members meeting in early of the year. Azile, that's also from the University of Pretoria, has been working, helping me with updating the GeoForAll website. So going through the text, checking what needs to be updated, updating links and resources, etc. And then one of the outputs for today is to hopefully identify some labs that will be able to write us a short blog or news piece that can be published on the website, as well as in the newsletter, so that we can read a bit more about what everyone is doing. We would also like to ask these labs to maybe look into presenting a webinar. It's been a while since we've had the webinar series. Maybe we can do, I said one every 6 months. Sorry, I mean one every two months, so 6 in a year. But yeah, so that was some of the things that we've talked about previously and what is ongoing. So the website is, you might not have yet noticed some of the changes because it's been small things, but hopefully some more larger changes will be coming soon. So thank you to Azile for her help with that. Then Nikos, if you are here, you can just unmute yourself and speak to us about the newsletter.
Yes, hello. Hello, everybody. I'm glad to be here with all of you. I didn't have the opportunity to talk to so many members of GeoForAll. Thank you, Victoria, for giving me this opportunity. I would like to say a few words about the GeoForAll newsletter, which was first published in August 2015. And the whole thing was based on an idea that GeoForAll should have a forum from which we could share all our ideas and all the information we need. So GeoForAll would go on with more news and all the interesting things that we are doing in our labs. It is published monthly, and until now we have 68 issues since August 2015. And since March 2018, the newsletter is being published in Spanish also. This is what our friends from South America wanted to have, and so they are doing the translation from the English version. We can see the contents of the newsletter. There are, I could say, 18 sections of our our newsletter, and you can see that we have two sections, 2A and 2B, which is the Lab of the Month and the Geo Ambassador. These two sections were the idea of Sukith, and he mainly managed to write a lot of things about many labs of the month in quite a few issues of our newsletter. Well, this is that was not so easy to keep on going for just one person writing for one lab each month. So it wasn't easy for him because of too much work to maintain that article. Nowadays we have also we still have this section, but it is based on a voluntarily base. For the people who would like to say something about their lab, they have the opportunity to write an article and send it to the newsletter. We don't see all these contents in the newsletter every month, but we see most of them. So it's up to you to send news to me in order to be published in the next issue and see all these contents every month. That's all about our newsletter, and we hope that we will continue publishing the newsletter for many, many years. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nikos. And thank you to you as well as all the other editors for all your hard work on this. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so if anyone has any news, please do submit. Hopefully from today's activity, we'll be getting a lot of new articles. Okay, then just a bit about the planned activity for 2021. So we spoke about this end of last year, but I decided to only go forward with this year. So is to implement the 3-minute thesis competition. This was also done by the South American chapters and was quite successful. So we decided to try a global competition. So some of the possible categories that were identified in the previous meeting earlier in the year is listed here. You can have a look if you think your lab's work is covered by this. If there's any other suggestions, please let me know. Then I also written out a bit of a timeline here. This works for South Africa, but I'm not necessarily sure about all the different countries and your academic schedule, especially with COVID, etc. So please let me know if you think these times would be fine for your students and so forth to actually participate. I don't know if the May, July is a good time for this. So if there's any feedback on this, please let me know. I, myself and Azile are working on an advert for this, and we hope to circulate that quite soon, probably end of the month to mid-April, so that we have enough time to get any feedback and then start sending it out to everyone. We've received a budget from the OSGeo board for the prizes, so there will be some small prizes, as well as all the participants will also receive certificates from us. Okay, so this will be our big activity probably for the year. If there's any other ideas, please let us know.
May I ask something on that?
Yes.
So the competition would be have a real-time part, or it would be based on videos?
I think video submissions, maybe we can get all the winners to do a little short or present real time for a webinar. That would be an idea. But I think for the bulk submissions, video is probably best.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Okay. Then I'm not sure if I saw.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, this is Tony from Universitat Oberta de Catalunya, from Spain. And I will present this international diploma that we are preparing, some of us, under the lead of Sergio Acosta, who was one of the persons that proposed it, and Paulo Coronado and Silvia and Silvana that are leading that from the university part, and many other countries are participating in the diploma. The diploma is born from the need that we found in in Spain and Latin America and Portugal, that to find resources in languages different than English, because we find a lot of resources in English, but it's difficult for us to find resources in Spanish and to have a free formation in Spanish for all these countries. Then we decided to create this kind of diploma that is prepared from 2 universities in South America, from Paulo Coronado and Silvana, and people from other universities will be participating. We are still defining the contents of the program, although we have more or less all of the contents. The idea is having a program that is free, that we offer resources that will be open and free. And also we plan to give a certification for all the people that makes the diploma. And that the goal that we pursue with the diploma is that all those people in Latin America, but also around the world, that are working in GIS and have no studies in GIS and no background in GIS and cannot show their expertise in the topic, can have a diploma, but also can learn the fundamentals of GIS. I don't know if Paulo is here or Sergio want to add anything else about this. Sergio, well, okay, then, and only just to finish, to say that although we think in these kind of things that as a MOOC, we are not exactly thinking in a MOOC, but in something more with more help from the teachers with that have a university diploma. And also we are thinking in having a final project that will be very much linked with the work that many of the attendants could be developing. Now we plan to make some kind of evaluation that is more focused in theoretical items, but also very much focused in the projects and the practical projects. I think that we have also help from Colorado University. Some people from there offered. We received just today from I've seen the email from help from another program in English that was started in 2014, also in the context of GeoForAll. And we think that we can use all this knowledge and background that we have in English to translate and have it also in Spanish. I think that's all from my point of view, from my part. So if Sergio or Paulo want to start off anything else, if not, for me is, or do you have any question? I will be free to answer.
No, I have nothing more to add. Thank you very much, Tony, for your presentation. It was excellent.
Hi, everyone. I don't nothing to add, but our proposal is based on some kind of dream to have a lot of resources in our native language, that is Spanish. We will also contribute with the translation of newsletter, and we find in our website, GeoForAll website, that many of the links that are related with educational resources are broken, and that resources that in English are broken, and it is not a lot of resources in Spanish. We need to improve that, or to attack the problem, maybe to design an international course that many people can obtain a new way to access to novel resources, and that they in your formation help to or assist us to create an open online educational resources when they are in his formation. The idea is create one certification exam in proctored time, one final project, and every person build one open online resource to get certified. The idea is a proposal based in a project approach, project-based education, project-based learning from people from Brazil, Colombia, Spain, the United States, Uruguay. And nowadays we have a learning project in Wikiversity, and a proposal that the links are here in our presentation. The main topics of the diploma are cartography, map servers, photogrammetry, remote sensing, geographic information system, geodatabase, spatial data infrastructure. And the main idea is the course is focused only in OSGeo projects. The time we expect the people are engaged in that course is 3 academic credits, at least 70 lessons and 70 hand-on labs is the proposal. That's all. Many thanks.
Great, thank you very much, everyone. I wish you all the best with this. Hopefully all the different connections help you with the progress on this. I also see all the 2021 goals. Good luck. I hope you reach all your goals. Okay, then oh, sorry, I was supposed to click, I see. There is the full information. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay, so then it's the lab presentations. If it's your lab, please just unmute yourself and tell us a bit about your activities.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Zoltán Siki, and I tried to present the last year activities of our lab. Our lab is situated in Budapest, in Hungary, at the Budapest University of Technology and Economist, and at the Department of Surveying, Geodesy and Surveying, and mostly we work on land surveying task and geomatics task. We mostly work with QGIS, GRASS, PostGIS, MapServer, GDAL, and we often write our programs mostly in Pascal. In 2020, unfortunately, we cancel our local event because of the COVID times and the lockdown. Hopefully we can organize this event in this year. The community belonging to the OSGeo Hungarian interest group communicate on in a LinkedIn group. We maintain that LinkedIn group. We make not only teaching but research, and we have 3 own projects which are available on GitHub. And the last one, Find GCP, was started last year to automate the task to find the ground control points in UAV photos. Some software are localized to Hungarian, and we continued that work last year. And we create few QGIS plugins also. Unfortunately, we had few courses last year, and we present 2 papers to Phosphor-G Europe academic track, which was not held, but the papers will be published hopefully in the near future. Our papers are accepted. For the next, for this year, we plan to continue these activities and also organize our Hungarian local event. Thank you.
Hello again. I would like to introduce to you the Hellenic Digital Earth Center of Excellence. It is a small lab located at Aristotle University of Thessaloniki in Greece. It is one of the 6 university units recognized and supported from the university. Our main purpose is school geography teaching using digital tools. What we intend to do is to introduce the digital geography in school geography, and mainly in primary schools. For this reason, we try mainly to make web maps for teaching purposes, and that's what we did last year. We did 21 web maps for teaching purposes, covering various disciplines like geography and history mainly, and religion also. We also did 3 small, very small videos for educational purposes. We try to show to the primary school teachers that they can use GIS in order to make their own maps, and so they can use their own maps in teaching, and they shouldn't wait for any publisher to make maps for them. That's why we usually train primary school teachers or primary school students, which primary school university students who are going to go to primary schools to teach. We also published 4 issues of our newsletter. We have our own newsletter since 2012, and we participated in 4 workshops. What we plan to do this year is to make 3 new web maps and publish 4 more issues of the newsletter and participate in 2 coming workshops. Thank you very much.
Franz Josef is not able to join us, but we can see here about some of their activities. There's some educational things. They're busy with 2 books and then workshops on GDAL as well as humanitarian mapping. So if you're interested in any of these, please get in contact with Franz Josef. And their focus is also generally on interoperability and standards. Is Patricia here? I think she also indicated that she won't be able to join today. So they are working a lot with community mapping, and they did some work on the on COVID mapping, OpenStreetMap Data Day, and then there's some more mapping activities planned for this year as well as linked to COVID-19. So yes, thank you to them and their work. And if you're interested in this, please contact Patricia.
Good afternoon, everyone, and hello on St. Patrick's Day from Ireland. I'm Peter Mooney, and I will just talk a little bit about our small lab in Maynooth University, mostly driven by my own research group, but there is wider use of OSGeo tools and Phos4G, obviously within the university. We are in a computer science department, and we have good linkages to the other faculty departments, and we are very much, I suppose, more data-driven research focus within my group and the groups that I work with. So we are more focused, I suppose, on using the software from OSGeo and Phos4G rather than being involved in development. Like the previous speakers, in 2020, we had lots of plans and none of them happened due to the chaotic arrangements for the last couple of months. But we are beginning to plan tentatively for this year. We're looking to restart OSGeo Ireland activities with our local chapter. So we just had a meeting last evening actually to talk about this, and we are looking to plan something, a set of online activities, maybe in the summer or early autumn. Some colleagues of mine are also looking at a virtual workshop for early career researchers in machine or deep learning. We've just begun to talk about this, but this is something that we would open out to a wider invitation if we manage to organize. And finally, I am involved in a summer training course on crowdsourcing of geospatial data for EuroSTR. And this summer course is taking place at the end of May and beginning of June, but all of the materials that we create for that course will be made openly available, and it would be great to distribute them through GeoForAll for wider dissemination. So thank you very much.
Hi everyone, again, our laboratory are located in Bogota, Colombia. We are a group of teachers, students, and professionals interested in the use of open source software in geomatics. In the slide, you can find the links to our activities in 2020. Mainly, we did a workshop in computer science. A little workshop due to COVID pandemics, some webinars, one related with introduction to CEPT-ICA-OSGeo-Lab and the session viewer. To our activities for 2021 are to do the the second workshop, maybe to open 3 short open courses related with PQGs, QGs, open layers, all in Spanish, to help to improve the learning project GEOMATICS with open source in Wikiversity, and to build an augmented reality sandbox, maybe an altering to exhibit that project in the some neighborhoods in our city. Many thanks.
Sorry, the presentation, something opened. I'm just resharing. Okay. Is anyone here from this lab?
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Anjana. We are in India, in Ahmedabad city. We have a Master's in Geomatics program under Faculty of Technology. And we do have a Center for Applied Geomatics where we do research activity. It is more of a grant-in-need projects. We are doing research projects, and where we try to use this open source softwares and other things. We are offering geomatics at a MTech program. We do have masters in planning, which is urban and regional planning, environmental planning and transportation. So there also we teach geomatics, and we are having collaboration with national institutions and societies. Societies are sort of Indian Society of Remote Sensing, Indian National Cartography Association, and Indian Society of Geomatics. So we are a university teaching program. We have a center where we do research, and we are collaborating with institutions. And during 2020, due to COVID, a lot of activities have changed its shape from in-person to online. But our local body in our city, Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation, we are having many COVID cases. And so Municipal Corporation wanted us to help them through this lab to prepare the maps showing the COVID affected areas. Then based on that, they were defining the micro zones every day, and every evening we were showing these maps which are prepared for both the people, number of people affected in the region or neighborhoods, and then those neighborhood where we have certain amount of people, more than certain amount, then we municipal corporation used to declare that as a micro zone where people are not allowed to go out, neither people go inside, but then all services and other things are being given to those local people by free of charge by local body. So we were very much engaged for several months doing helping them. Then the second activity what we have done is that we have derived some module, and which we under this module we offer open source GIS, Postgres GeoServer to master students of our university and other university we invited. Then we also had organized a short-term training on QGIS to the middle level officers from government and some from industry, academia and researcher. So that is what we have, done in that. In this 2020, actually, we have not planned in a very big manner, but generally every year we organize one workshop and one annual symposia. So that will just continue this year as well. And in our university, we are offering summer school as well as winter school. So this summer school, which will be offering between the month of mid-May to mid-July on location intelligence. We are going to offer it. Soon it will be launched in our university website and other things. A couple of my colleagues are also actively participating in this reviews of paper for 4G and all. And one of my colleagues is also invited as a panelist for this coming ISPRS Congress in Nice in France. So not much things what we wanted to do, we are able to do it, but slowly we are trying to see that we able to generate, like others have informed, as a proper module which can regularly be offered. The objective of our organization of training workshops and annual symposia is to make people aware about it. Ahmedabad city is a big city, have many universities and lot of different programs like earth sciences and computer sciences and IT and planning are offered by different universities. So we reach them out and we invite them to join in our program. So far it was physically, they come to our university and we offer, but only last year, this year where we have 2020, lot of things happened. So we have just done one program, and that is this short-term training program. The short-term training program was also for 21 days. And that way we have trained our officers to do their own work with their own things. Thank you very much.
Hi everybody, my name is Sergio and we'll present Comunidad Geocivic Uruguay for 2020. As all of us had more or less the same situation. Here we have not only the pandemic from COVID-19, but we also had a change in government. We had 15 years governing one political party, and now we have another, so that brings us big changes. Although that situation, we had some activities developed in 2020. We had a project that it's been developed with 10 countries from Ibero-America, from America and Portugal and Spain. And we had our first conference, first Ibero-American conference, and I was in front of a round table we organized around ethics and spatial data. And we also participate in a panel that was about implementing resilient GIS science education, that was organized by the International Society of Participatory Mapping. And we were invited also to be part of the editorial board of the International Journal of Participatory Mapping. And we invite all the community, the Geo community, if you want to join this journal that is going to be presented in the near future. And we also organized a workshop for Costa Rica, for the University of Costa Rica. That was all in 2020. And for 2021, we are going to continue with the activities of these a project called GeoLibrary that I mentioned before. We are going to organize a congress about GIS education in basic education for America. Our course conquest for Batovi, that is a GIS developed for education. This will be our fourth year experience, and we had started this in 2017, but for because of the situation of the COVID, we couldn't do it last year, but we are going to continue with it this year. And we also are planning a research activity about the use of free geography information technologies in the Ibero-American geography education that is going to be developed through this year. We are planning to start it right now. That was all. Thank you very much.
I don't see Brendan. Is there anyone else from the lab here?
There isn't, but maybe I can speak for him. He is actually our former PhD student who was at NC State at the Center for Geospatial Analytics, and then he started as an assistant professor at Louisiana State University, and he has been doing a really fantastic job with open source GIS, with GRASS. Now he's running LiDAR and drone analytics and digital fabrication. So they are working with robots, creating these different models. So if anybody is interested in collaborating on the geospatial robotics and drone analytics, that's a really great contact. So apparently they did some missing maps mapathon. They participated in that. They did bi-weekly webinars on research that they are doing, a lot of very, very creative topics. And they have designed GIS for Designers course, and I believe it's open access course, which combines GRASS and QGIS. And he has some really cool video tutorials posted. So when you go to that link, I assume that you can get to those videos that cover GRASS and QGIS for landscape modeling. It's in landscape architecture. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I am Masoud Minai from Geography Department of Ferdowsi University of Mashhad. I would like to thank the Victoria and all the GeoForAll members for this event. So some things that I would like to mention is we have some Geography Awareness Week and GIS Day celebration. We hold the fifth one last year in 2020. In all the conferences are present the GeoForAll. It's goal and try to invite new members and make it more popular. So for the 2020, we have Geo Night in the 9th of April, I think, and I will introduce the GeoForAll again to our audience, and also for the Geography Awareness Week in the November 2021, and we will have some workshops at that time. Here I would like to say just we have a big problem that open source softwares actually, because the data is popular, but the softwares are not so popular in Iran. And people and the students normally prefer commercial software. So I am trying a lot to introduce open softwares to people and to the students. We will do it again in the future, and I hope with your help we made it more popular among the students. Thank you very much again. Have a good night.
I don't see Clara. I don't know if there's anyone else from this lab. Okay. If not, it looks like they are involved in a lot of environmental studies, forestry, landscape, etc. Also using grass. Unfortunately, a lot of their things were also cancelled due to COVID. But yes, and then they are working on some grass plugins as well. So if you want to collaborate with them, please get in touch. That's all.
Yeah, that's us, I guess. Yeah, so we are hosted at North Carolina State University at Center for Geospatial Analytics. And I have included there a link. So at that link, you can find all the resources that we provide, and that's several full semester courses, open access with assignments and the lectures. And then also several tutorials which we have presented at different Phos4G conferences, but we keep them up to date. So also you can find all our presentations and papers that we publish on this website, so you can learn more there. Regarding the 2020 activities, we keep expanding our educational materials. So we extended online content for geospatial computing and simulation course, where we adapted to online access, actually development of activities for tangible landscapes. So, and students also learn how to do GitHub pull requests. So we combine these different skills in this course. Then Anna and Vasek, who are our geospatial engineers now, they heavily contribute to GrassGIS development, and this year they have been collaborating with the lab in Prague on new first-time user experience, new startup for GrassGIS that we hope that will break the barrier that people have when they are starting Grass. So let's hope it will work for everybody. But so far, the change is pretty exciting. So it should make it easier for people to use Grass. And they have been also involved in Google Summer of Code. We have also provided geospatial support for COVID-19 project, and this specific project was about monitoring the virus in wastewater, so modeling sewer networks and estimating who are the people who live in the what we call sewer sheds. So I have switched a little bit focus from watersheds to sewer sheds. So it was very interesting experience, and it's now expanding to national network. And in fact, the monitoring of wastewater is a global initiative. And then planned activities for 2021. So there is a GrassGIS version 8 planned for release. So we are involved in it quite heavily. And also now working on Google Summer of Code mentoring. So if anybody, I don't know whether there are other groups, other labs that are participating in Google Summer of Code, now is the time. I think the deadline will be very soon for students to be accepted. So if you have students who would qualify and who are interested, they are very encouraged to apply, and now is the time to make the connections to the actual projects. And then we have projects on pathogen modeling, including COVID, pest, and pathogens for plants. And also we do quite a bit of research in smart communities and land dynamics modeling, where we contribute add-on modules to GRASS GIS. And I think that's all that I have. I just wanted to mention and encourage everybody to contribute also to FOSS4G 2021, where we are again like discussing and planning what papers and updates for GRASS we will include, and maybe some GRASS workshop as well. So I would like to encourage everybody to contribute to FOSS4G 2021 as well. Thank you.
Hello, greetings from Switzerland. Our lab is located at the Institute of Cartography and Geoinformation in Zurich, and we are specialized on 3D cartography. So as you may see in the background, this is a 3D map about the COVID-19 situation in Switzerland. We have developed with open source technologies. And further, we are specialized in creating web application and also starting with machine learning to analyze historic maps. I am a doctoral student, and last year we have organized a workshop with D3GS. So you might have seen all the COVID-19 dashboards, and yeah, we try to create some materials, how to create some animated and interactive charts and diagrams with D3GS. Also, we helped a cantonal GIS office in Zurich and consulted them to create web applications with Vue.js. So these were the main activities last year. And for this year, we plan to compare some virtual globe toolkits like Cesium.js and maybe with a commercial one, ArcGIS API for JavaScript. And also what's still on my to-do list is to create some animation tutorial for character animation in Blender so that the models can be inserted into 3D maps. And one of my colleagues was interested in processing big geodata. But yeah, that's more or less planned. Let's see what happens this year. And yeah, have a look at our website. Thank you very much.
Yeah, may I comment and maybe ask about the Blender? Because we are now updating our tools for Blender, where we combine tangible landscape, which is like a more sophisticated augmented reality sandbox, and we have it coupled with Blender. So we are updating the tools for the Blender. So I would be very interested to learn like what you are doing in the Blender in terms of whether just some simple geometries or whether you are trying to also create some realistic representations of geospatial data.
Yeah, if I wrote the tutorial, then I can post it on the website of OSGeo. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And we have a tutorial as well. So if you go to our website, you can find a tutorial how to use Blender with GIS and move the data between GRASS and Blender. Yeah, that's pretty exciting to see that somebody is using it for geospatial as well. Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Hi, this is Tony from Universitat Oberta de Catalunya, that is based in Barcelona. We are a 100% online university that we were the first 100% online university in the world. We are now 25 years old. We started in 1994. And I focus the activities and the lab update more in the research part. We are also have also a part of a pedagogical part. We have several subjects in several courses in GIS distributed among several studies like telecommunication, history, tourism, and it is how we defined our lab. But I focus here in the research part because one of the effects that GeoForAll had at UOC is that GeoForAll has become like the joint union point between all the GIS technologies among several researchers at UOC. So our main focus in research are based on indoor positioning. That is one of my main focus of research, and we are working in maps for indoor and positioning indoor. We also are working in geolocation for apps for promoting self using GIS in intelligent algorithms for transportation, for tourism, and also in management of companies, complex systems, and also in geography, urban geography. So although GIS is not the focus for many of them, GeoForAll has been the way that we have found that all these points together, and GeoForAll has made us like the joint, like the glue that put all together, us all together. So regarding the activities, last year we were part also of the GeoLibero project that Sergio explained before, and everything is explained in the lab of the month of November, where we showed our lab. And for this year, for 2021, we plan to still working in the GeoLibero activities. We expect to be lucky and at the end to have our meeting of GeoLibero and our seminar of GeoLibero in face-to-face. But also this year, my main focus is organizing the indoor positioning and indoor navigation event 2021 that will take place in November, at the end of November, next to Barcelona. And now we are very much focused here, although maybe seems a little far away from GeoForAll. It's something that is getting more and more important every day, because we have all the information regarding outdoors, but indoor is getting every year more attention. And this is a brief summary of what we do and what we are doing and what we plan to do. So in case you have any question, I can make a wider presentation.
Okay. So GGM is us at the University of Pretoria. So I was a bit late with our own labs slide, so I will ask Rena to add anything afterwards. So last year we focused a lot more on internal activities, so for the students, but we did have, just before the lockdown started due to COVID, we had a local school over where we spoke to them about the importance of data, as well as taught them some QGIS. And this is a disadvantaged school, so this was also some of the first time that they have worked with, they are geography students, but the first time they've worked with any geography, etc., on computers as well. We did some mapping for our family medicine department for their health outreach with COVID, and then various online activities with the students. Serena, do you want to add something?
The only thing, thanks Victoria, the only thing I would like to add is that also in our teaching, we use the open source versions of software, and we also involve a lot of OpenStreetMap. And actually that's mainly Victoria, but because she does that, when the students get to postgraduate level, then they can also get involved in research that's related to that. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hello. So it seems that I am the last one. So my name is Dimitris Kotsinos. I'm a professor at the ETHZ lab, which is a joint lab between the University of Cerzy in the Paris area, NCA, which is an engineering school, and CNRS, which is the national research body in France. We are basically a computer science lab, so most of our activities are around geospatial data management. So we are doing research geospatial databases in geospatial querying, geosocial media, mobility, both indoors and outdoors. There are a lot of contact points in what was heard so far. And besides our research projects, we have been offering some courses on big spatiotemporal data as very master programs that we have. And I participate also in various OGC activities around the same area, like co-chairing the group who is building the new version of GeoSparkQL, and also co-chairing the working group on GeoAI, Geospatial Artificial Intelligence. So our let's say interests are around all that, geospatial data, analytics, AI, and so on. So thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. It was very interesting to hear all your activities and see what everyone is busy with. So this was the end of the labs, unless there's anyone that want to talk about their specific activities.
Victoria, I think we Giuseppe Amatulli from Yale has just joined. I think he wants to tell us what he's doing. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, could you please stop the sharing? Thank you. Okay, thanks. Share.
And Giuseppe, then later, if you can write something into the slide deck, that would be really great, so that we can keep it, you know.
Okay, yeah. Thanks. I just joined. I was just finished my class, and actually I'm teaching now 2 courses in open source. These are my webpage that I was running from already several years, Spatial Ecology, and we are now migrating all the material in this new front page with everything online, including YouTube video and so on. And currently we are teaching in West Connecticut State University as a full semester course. And also next week we are going to start, first week of April, we are going to start in Sweden for again a full 12 weeks of semester course. And we try to cover different subjects in open to different tools, between GDAL, PK tools, GRASS, and R, and Python, of course, and in according to the request of the of the different university, we are focused more in one of the other. We running in summer school all over, like 2-3 times a year. Now in pandemic, also online. So these are the courses that was mentioned, and something that we plan also for the summer. Thanks, Elena, for giving me the last minute chance to present.
Yes, thank you, thanks. And make sure you edit. Do you have the link to the slide deck?
No, sorry, please send it me.
Okay, we will send you the link. Okay,
thank you.
Sounds good. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Azile, can I ask you to just post the link to the slides in the chat?
Okay, thanks.
Then we have reached the end of all the presentations. So the last bit is just open for questions and discussions. I don't know if anyone has any ideas they want to share with the group, or any comments on today. Okay, I don't see any activities. So if there's nothing else, I won't keep you any longer. We had already just over an hour. So just again, I just want to say thank you to everyone that joined today. And thank you very much for all the presentations. Hopefully this is just the start to the GeoForAll activities, and we're looking forward to working with all of you. Elena?
Yeah, I think that's all. I think you covered it. Yeah, thank you all for participating.
Okay, thank you. Have a good evening, a good day, etc.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.